Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since I did a tour. We had to take a couple of weeks off, but we are back and we are bringing you a 2019 Audi Q8. Very excited to dive into this car. Now this is the current body style, so if you're in the new car market, these things do still apply, especially when it comes to the space and in the car seat setup. I am so excited to dive into this car. I'm a huge fan of the Q7, and the Q8 is kind of like a sporty Q7, so it's not bigger than the Q7, which is funny because it goes like Q3, Q5, Q7. They all get progressively bigger. Until you get to the Q8, you actually lose the third row and you get a completely different body style. So some other luxury cars have done this. It's very similar to like the BMW X5 versus the BMW X6. It is more of that coupe-esque style SUV, but I think the Audi does it in a little bit less of a dramatic way, in a little bit more of a more palatable way. I think this car isn't my... I think the X6 is a little ugly. I don't know, that could be a hot take. But I'm really excited to dive in. I think Audi just does a beautiful job on the exterior. It's raining in mid-Missouri. Like, I don't know what you guys want me to say. All of the other car reviewers live in warmer climates. I am dealing with cold and rain, and we can't get our camera equipment dirty. So that's why we're coming to you from this little garage. But we are going to make the best out of a bad situation and start by talking about the beautiful exterior that is the Audi Q8. It's a 3.0 liter turbo, 335 horsepower. We're doing a whole driving impressions video on the car, so I'm going to take the car like to a parking lot and like we're going to be doing things with it, so definitely check out that video. But starting with the headlights, I think that Audi just does such a beautiful job with their headlights and taillights. That's one of my favorite on the market. When you turn the vehicle on, it just like sweeps across in a beautiful way. We've got some really beautiful fun lines that come down here. A great grille with our beautiful chrome Audi logo. Super subtle HUD lines. They're very wide, but then they kind of cut in a little bit right here. Love the look of that. We go into just the sloping curves of a Q8. I love it. We've got a really intense belt line here, and then another one here, which I think really plays nicely into the car's exterior. I've got some beautiful chrome elements on this one, which I'm just loving. I think the wheels on the one I'm doing are a little lame, but that's just me. I also love when they make these body colors to kind of extend the length of the vehicle. I think it looks gorgeous. Moving along to the back end, you can see we really start to get into that slope by how small these back windows are, and then our trunk really slopes down. Super sporty, super I'm not driving an SUV, but maybe I am. Super I'm not a soccer mom, but I just might be very excited about it. I'm normally not a huge fan of taillight bars. I feel different about it on the Audi. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just getting a little starstruck, but I actually really like how the back end looks. I love how when they do the lights, they like have some interesting elements in here. I think it looks great that this is a blacked out part with the Audi logo just to really make it pop, especially on a white car. We've got the Q8, we got the Quattro, meaning it's all-wheel drive. We got an ugly wiper we have to deal with, but the wiper is the least of my worries. You guys are absolutely going to die when you see the atrocious cup holders that they put in this vehicle. So let's head inside. Okay, so let's talk about some of my driver's comfort features. So again, guys, this is a super sporty, coupey looking car. The mom bun clearance is not amazing. As you can see, I've got a little pom-pom today, which is great for reference. I've got squish palm syndrome. It is just a little tight in the head area. So luckily the seats are super adjustable, so you can actually move the seat down completely. But the head clearance is not the best in the biz. But if we start with some of our elements right here, we've got a super simple door panel. Our side cubbies are really deep. I actually really like, this is actually probably the best cup holder in the whole vehicle, spoiler alert. The Audis are known to be some of the worst, most atrocious cup holders that I've ever laid my eyes on personally. I can't wait to show you. But I do appreciate this kind of side cubby right here. Like I said earlier, we've got, I think it's up to like 10 or 12 way power seats, so super nice there. And then we move into just the most beautiful, thick, well-designed steering wheel. The steering wheel is like truly, I think, almost like the crown jewel of the whole car. It feels amazing in the hands. I love like the texture of this different kind of contrast stitching, the Audi logo, some chrome right here. All of the different steering wheel controls. I think it feels really great. Let me get you on the other side, then we'll talk about some more of the spacing and storage, or should I say lack of storage. And obviously you can see we have moved inside because we are dealing with some weather. It's like super hard to be a car reviewer in the Midwest. Like that's why most of them live in California or Florida. It's like, this is exhausting. It's like 39 degrees and rainy. But here we are. We'll talk about the screens in a minute when we go back outside. But these cup holders, the only thing I like about this car is, not the only thing. One of the things I like about this car is it's got this cute little like key holder right there. I think that's pretty darling. And then two of the tiniest cup holders. This is my iPhone. It can't, my iPhone barely fits. We move into an even more disappointing center console. Yep, that's it, folks. That's all there is. There's nothing else to pick up. That's all there is. This is the wireless charger, which I think is so interesting because, like, I have to keep this up. Like the whole time I'm using my wireless charger, like there's no spare. I honestly just wish this part would come off. I don't even know why they have it. This should just be exposed and they should have no center console because I have nowhere to put a lip gloss. I have nowhere to put some spare change. I have nowhere to put anything except for this, which already sucks. And then you're gonna put this in front of it. All this does is move back and forth. So I guess you could get a little bit of change. No, you can't even hardly. You can get a little bit of a ledge right there. But honestly, I honestly think if I was driving this car, I'd be forced to drive with this up all the time just so I'd have a place to put my phone. I mean, genuinely, where do you put your phone if you're in this vehicle? You have to put it here, which means you have to have this thing up. What? Hate it. But there are some fun features in this vehicle. I mean, it is a luxury car after all. We've got a beautiful panoramic sunroof. We've got a tiny mirror, but it's got a nice light to it. Okay, so let's break down the infotainment system in this Audi Q8. It's got a lot to look at because, my friends, we have 2 screens. I'm not historically a huge 2-screen fan, only because I think it can make using your climate control a lot more difficult, and I think it can promote like some distracted driving. Like if I need to turn on the air, I don't want to have to like fumble through this screen. But I will say, I think they've done a pretty good job of separating what these 2 screens are utilized for. So this seems to be mainly like car and climate related things, and this seems to be doing everything else. So right now the screens we're looking at, we have our backup camera, which is, I mean, super clear, it looks great. And then we also have our parking sensors over here. So our parking sensors, we have 8 in the front, 4 in the front, 4 in the back, and they just obviously let me know if I'm getting too close to any certain vehicle or item or anything else that I could be approaching. Okay. Down here we have all of our climate control. So we can obviously go forward or backwards, but you can also, oh my gosh, my nail looks so ratchet. So you can go forward and backwards, but this always like drives me crazy because I'm normally a knob person, but if you actually press down, it pulls up this like little gradient and then you can go forward and backwards that way, which I think is looking pretty snazzy. You can also change where your airflow goes simply, and then you can go up and down as well to get your fans. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. We love to see it. We've got heated seats in this vehicle, and let me tell you something, they're working. I'm getting a little toasty. So one thing I think is really fun about this navigation system is that they bring up this little option to obviously type it in, but then you can also like write out where you want to go. So you could do things in some other vehicles they have it where you can do like one letter at a time, but in this car you can literally like spell out the entire word, which I think is super cool. So like let's say I go to restaurant, and let's say I type in Starbucks.
STARBUCKS.
And then I could like literally find a Starbucks. Okay, so here's a shot of me in the second row of this Audi Q8. I have this seat set for myself. I'm pretty tall, about 6 feet. Great knee clearance. There are some things I like back here, especially from a mother's perspective. One is I like that I have vents here and here. For a 5-passenger car, that is amazing ventilation to be found in the second row. I'm super impressed by that. We've got our same great door cubby that we found over there. A little, what is that, a change collector? Genuinely, what is that for? But I just couldn't, I can't imagine. So there's that. I'm super impressed with my knee clearance. You know, my head clearance is about the same it was up there. This kills me though also. I mean, really, Audi? This is an expensive car and I'm gonna get a net? Like, how am I looking at the same shot right now? I have the Audi logo beautifully displayed on the ground, so fun, so luxurious, and then in the same area I have a net. Consistency is not something I'm finding in this vehicle. Another thing I'm not totally obsessed with, well, I do like that you can move these seats forward and backward. It's a 60-40 split. So I do think that's nice, especially for allowing more room for car seats. This thing is not always my favorite, like to have this little elevated part right here, because I'd feel like I'd have to drive like this if I was sitting in the middle. So that's not my favorite. But we do have climate control, a 12-volt, and then 2 USBs down there. So I'm overall, like, I have some good comfort back here. I think it's great for 2 people to be sitting back here. I think 3 would get a little tight. And then it also kills me the fact that my only cup holders are here, and they're even worse than the ones up there. What? Look at these cup holders. I can't even, guys, like, I don't even have a cup here that fits them. Like, this, I'm not trying to be dramatic or funny when I say this. Like, this would fit, like, my Dr. Brown's bottle, like, for my child. And, like, that's it. Hate to see it. Okay, so I have brought my Graco extended fit. I've installed it rear facing just to give you an idea of space. I have this seat set for myself at 6 feet tall. Car seat installed easy. It fits easy. The bench is deep. The bench is wide. I actually love this bench for car seats. I'm super impressed. And just to give you an idea of the hardware that's equipped on this thing. It's government standard, so we have lower anchors on either outboard seats and tether anchors across the bench. I want to take it out and I want to show you how easy it is to lay these seats flat in case you want to use this as like a mini truck bed. I don't know. Here you go. So I already told you these seats can move forward or backwards, which I was actually really impressed about, especially for a 5-passenger car because they don't always have that option. And then I also just want to show you how easy it is to fold the seats down to really kind of even give you some more cargo space. So like I said, it's a 60-40 split. So those seats are connected, these seats are connected. But by the time you put these seats down, although it doesn't lay flat, you do still have some decent cargo space. So I think it looks pretty nice. Let's talk about the trunk space. As you can see, we've kind of got that hatchback look kind of continuing into the trunk. I would have to open it like that. I mean, that opens pretty high. For me being a 6-foot-tall adult, like I'm excited to see that. I also really like the illumination that this trunk offers. We've got lights here, here, and here. So especially for like fumbling around at night, like trying to find something, I appreciate the lights. I think that looks kind of nice. I kind of like this chrome bar right here, something cute, something different. And then the trunk is a really great size. I didn't bring my stroller with me today, sorry. But obviously, almost any stroller could fit back here. I'm very experienced in this matter, so I can attest to that. We do have a privacy cover as well, which I always like for hiding valuables, and then it's very easy to pop in and out. See, it's so easy. And then a good thing is we have a power tailgate. So I do like the trunk space. Okay guys, so that was going to wrap up my 2019 Audi Q8 tour. I hope to get my hands on a new one soon so I can give an updated tour, but I know a lot of you guys are in the used car market, so I also really like to do used vehicles. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below about which car I should tour next, and please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so I can continue to create amazing car tours and car content for you. Thanks. All right, let's build my very own 2022 Audi Q8. Okay. Starting with the trim levels. So they break it down into 3 different trim levels. The Premium Plus, and the Prestige. After kind of reviewing them, I'm thinking I'm going to go with the Premium Plus. Well, one, I just can't believe this car starts at $70,000. Like, that is quite an expensive starting price. So for only $4,000 more, I get quite a few more features. Like I get the upgraded sound system. I get the adaptive cruise control with traffic jam assist to make it a little bit more autonomous driving vibes when you're in traffic. And then I also get the top view camera and the 3D camera. So I feel like for this package, I'm getting some good luxury features. So I'm obviously getting everything that's included here. And then I'm also getting some additional safety features. Don't get me wrong. Like I would love the heads up display and the soft closed doors, but I'm not going to go up there. So the Premium Plus is where I'm going to live. Having a lot of fun going through the colors. I was originally drawn to the blues, but they're just not quite the blue vibes that I like to go for. So I'm actually going to do something crazy and go with the orangey yellow. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cute. Interior colors, I'm going to stick with the black. I thought about going to the gray, but I think the gray is kind of reading green, especially like against the orange. So I'm just not totally about it. So I'm just going to stick with the black, keeping it simple. Then you have some options to do some additional like styling packages on here. So I have both of those included because I think they look really nice. You could also add the executive package for an additional $2,800. I would get things like heated rear seats and sunshades, which seems like a really expensive. I mean, obviously you get other things too, like the LED headlights and things like that. But I feel like that's kind of an expensive package for like not everything that I'm looking for. I mean, I do like the LED taillights, but I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to get out of here under 80, which I'm pushing. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do. Trim level, sure, we'll do, or wood trim, sure, we'll do this. So that will bring my summary to a MSRP of, gotta remember, see what that destination fee is. Okay, here we go. $79,390.